Hello all. This video is about, as I promised, the previous year questions of amines. Okay, so where I have taken 2019, 18 and all. Okay, so even the weightage of the chapter, like number of questions been asked in each year, have mentioned. Okay, so let us start. So here the first question is from 2019. So which of the following is least soluble in water at 298 Kelvin? Okay, so among all the amines they have given, which is least soluble in water. So one point you have to concentrate here, dear students, that whenever we discuss about the solubility of organic compounds, okay, so the solubility mainly depends on the ability to form a hydrogen bond. Okay, so that compound should have a ability or should form the hydrogen bond with a water molecule. Only those are soluble in a given water. Okay, so that is the main reason. So for example, if I give the alkyl halides, okay, so where the alkyl halides are, sometimes we're going to say it as a sparingly soluble in water, or sometimes say it is insoluble in water, because this is unable to form the hydrogen bond with a water molecule. Like how we need to define. So here what they're asking, among these four options, so first one is like methylamine, which is nothing but a primary amine. The second one is like dimethylamine, okay, which is nothing but a secondary, and this is trimethylamine, which is nothing but a tertiary amine. Okay, and the last one they have given is a aniline. So among all these, which is least soluble means, see, the primary, secondary amines are readily soluble in water because there is a presence of a hydrogen, and these two are able to form a hydrogen bond with a water molecule. Okay, so now the question comes, or now the confusion will be either between the C and the D. Okay, so here just concentrate, even the tertiary amine is soluble in water. Okay, thou also don't have a hydrogen, but it have a lone pair of electrons. Okay, not this one, it have a one lone pair of electrons. So here what happens, this tertiary amine, okay, will form a hydrogen bond with a water molecule. Okay, so by donating, by involvement of this lone pair of electrons in a bonding with a water molecule. Okay, so option A, option B, option C, all the three are soluble means obviously D, that is aniline, is not at all soluble in a water. Thing is, question comes, there is a presence of a hydrogen. Okay, you think like it might be soluble, but here what happens, due to the presence of the C6H5, okay, so this benzene ring or C6H5, you're going to call it as a phenyl group, is hydrophobic in nature. Okay, what do you mean by hydrophobic? They fear of water or they hate water. Okay, since there is a presence of a hydrophobic natured a phenyl ring, it will not allow this amine group to form a bond with a water molecule, so it is not soluble. Okay, so option D is the correct one. Okay, I hope you understood, and explanation also I have given, so do concentrate, dear students. Primary, secondary, tertiary amines are soluble in water, but the aniline is not soluble due to the presence of a hydrophobic phenyl group or benzene group over there. Okay, this is the first question. So let us move to the next question, that if aniline is treated with 1:1 mixture of a concentrated nitric and a concentrated sulfuric acid, para-nitroaniline and the meta-nitroaniline are formed. Okay, so which are nearly in equal amounts. So they are asking, this is due to what? We need to tell the reason. Okay, so we know this, like aniline, okay, will readily undergo what? The electrophilic substitution reaction. Okay, so when I say aniline, I'm just writing over here. Okay, so this is what the formula for aniline. Okay, and one more point we need to concentrate before going to the option, some information I want to give. So this amine group is ortho and para directing group. Okay, whenever the electrophilic substitution takes place, whenever the electrophile will come and try to get substitute, those electrophile will move either to the ortho to the para position, okay, because this amine group will make or will direct the incoming electrophile either to the ortho and the para, okay. So whenever the electrophilic substitution of this aniline takes place, we're going to get a mixture of ortho product as well as a para product, okay, where the para product is a major, where the ortho is a minor, okay. And one more chance is that there is a chance of getting the meta product as well, okay, but the amount or the yield we will going to get is very less. Okay, so here what they are telling, if aniline is treated with, this is what the question we have, if the aniline is treated with a 1:1 mixture of a nitric acid and the sulfuric acid, so this mixture we're going to call it as what, nitrating mixture, okay, that mixture together will generate an electrophile that is NO2 plus, remember, okay. So what they are telling, para nitroaniline and the meta nitroaniline are obtained or formed, okay, of a equal amounts. This is due to why, okay, what is the reason they are asking. See, as I told you people that meta nitroaniline or the meta product formed is very less, but here what is happening here, the para nitroaniline as well as a meta nitroaniline are coming in a equal amount. Yes, I agree, because I told para product will be the major. So what is the reason here is the meta directing property of a amine. No, okay. So as I already told, amine is a ortho and the para directing group. It is not a meta directing group. Okay, so option A is not correct. Come to the next one, meta and para directing property of amine, which is also not correct, because again I am repeating, it is a para directing but it is not an ortho directing group. Okay, so third one is like protonation of amine which causes deactivation of benzene ring, okay, protonation of amine which causes deactivation of benzene ring. So here what happens, as I told, this amine will direct the incoming group either to the ortho and para. Okay, means it is also involved, means whenever what we can say, the reaction is happening, so this amine will interfere in the reaction. Okay, just to make it to not interfere, the protonation is carried out. Okay, when the protonation is carried out, this turns into what, like this, the benzene ring. Protonation means the addition of a proton, so we will going to get what, NH3 plus. Okay, this is called anilinium ion. Okay, this is called anilinium ion. Okay, so this is protected. This is the one chance. Another chance is like the acetylation is carried out. Okay, so that protonation of a amine which causes deactivation of benzene ring. So this complete benzene ring is deactivated, so we will going to get what, para and meta nitro aniline in a equal amount, because the activity of a amine is restricted. Okay, so that's why sometimes what they're going to do, they're going to carry out the acetylation process. When the acetylation is carried out, this amine will get acetylated and protected. Okay, then the required ortho and the para product are obtained. Okay, so the answer for the second question is option C. So extra information I have given, the electrophile which is formed, okay, what is the role of amine, how it is protected, okay, how anilinium ion is formed, okay. So these are all the extra information you have to concentrate. Okay, so this is about the 2019 second question. Only 2 questions been asked in 2019. So let us move to the next one, that is 2018. Okay. So you could see here the number of questions been asked in 2018 are 3 questions, dear students. The 3 questions been asked in 18. So let us the first question under 2018. Which of the following will be the most stable diazonium salt? Okay, very quite interesting, very simple question actually. Which of the following will be most stable diazonium salt? So dear students, we know that how diazonium salt is formed when aniline is treated with, okay, the nitrous acid at 0 degree temperature or at the cold condition, the diazonium salt will be formed. Okay, it may be an alkyl, it may be an aryl, but if we get the alkyl here, methyl diazonium salt, okay, this is little unstable. Why? There is no resonance presence, okay, but among the given 4 option, this benzene diazonium salt is more stable. It is because of the factor called, and we have heard this one, due to a resonance. Okay, so due to a resonance, what happens? This benzene diazonium halide is more stable than the remaining. Okay, so the answer for this question is option B. Okay, so let us move to the next one. Which of the following is more basic than aniline? Okay, quite interesting. We know that already aniline is basic in nature. Okay, on what factor we can say the basicity and the acidity, or on what factor the acidic or the basic property increases? So dear students, a simple hint I want to give, or a trick just to remember. Okay, if the electron withdrawing group is present, okay, if the electron withdrawing group is present, for example nitro group, okay, this is an electron withdrawing group. Whenever the electron withdrawing group is present, acidity what happens, or acidic property what happens, increases. Okay, so whenever electron donating group is present, like methyl, okay, and like amine, what happens? The acidity or acidic property decreases. Okay, this is a 1 point. But this is regarding the acidity. Okay, but when it comes to basicity, okay, when it comes to basicity, whenever the electron withdrawing group is present, okay, basic property decreases. Quite an opposite. Okay, but whenever electron donating group is present, the basic property increases. Okay, please do remember. Okay, just quite opposite. Electron withdrawing group, acidity increases, but the electron withdrawing group, basicity decreases. Just an opposite concept. Okay, remember. Yeah, if we apply the same rule over here, among the 4 options, which is highly basic than aniline, we need to tell. Okay, so here we have diphenylamine, triphenylamine, para-nitroaniline, and the benzylamine. So dear students, I'll going to draw here. Just see, since there is a less space, I'll going to use this one. Okay, diphenylamine. So I'm going to write the structure of a diphenylamine. Phenyl, right? Di means what? The 2 phenyl group. Okay, so diphenyl. Amine means what? We have a like this. Okay, this is called diphenylamine. So now come to the triphenylamine. Triphenylamine means what? We have a 3 benzene group. Sorry, yeah, this is with a 6. Okay, don't get confused. And here triphenyl means nitrogen. Here replace 1 hydrogen, in the place put 1 benzene ring. This is called what? Triphenyl. Okay, and para-nitroaniline. So we have para-nitroaniline, nitro group here, amine group over here. Okay, and we have a benzylamine. Okay, so benzylamine is benzene ring, CH2, NH2. This is called benzyl. Okay, yes, among all the 4, highly basic than aniline is option D, benzylamine. Why? Dear students, now only I told you that whenever the electron donating group is present, basicity increases. See, this methyl group, what we have, CH2, okay, and with a amine that is bonded, the CH2 is what? Electron donating group. So it donates electrons towards the amine. So as the electron density on the amine or nitrogen increases, its capacity to donate increases. So base is the one, Lewis base is the one which is an electron donor, as we know. So basicity increases. So now the question comes, why not diphenyl, why not triphenyl? So here you could see, yes, there is a nitrogen, there is a lone pair of electrons, I agree. But this 2-phenyl group, as of my knowledge, also acts as what? Electron withdrawing group. Okay. So as I told, electron withdrawing group basic property decreases. Okay. So that is a one reason. One more is that these 2-phenyl group are bulky in nature. Okay, because of that bulkiness, it will deactivates the electron density, or the deactivates the nitrogen that is present. Okay, so that is a one reason, and one more reason due to the presence of electron withdrawing. So the same concept I can apply here. 3-phenyl group, you could see the phenyl group is an electron withdrawing group. Electron withdrawing group decreases the basicity, and due to the presence of a bulky group where the nitrogen can donate, where is the space for it to get donate? Okay, so that is the main reason. When it comes to para-nitrophenyl, as I told, nitro group is an electron withdrawing group which decreases the basicity. Okay, a lot of information we have discussed here. So now let us move to the next question, that is the reaction of benzene diazonium chloride with aniline yields yellow dye. So the name of a yellow dye. So quite an important. What a simple reaction. Okay, and this we have learnt in the theory itself. I hope you people remember about the coupling reaction. Okay, so coupling reaction means whenever this diazonium, especially benzene diazonium chloride, is treated with the aniline or phenol, okay, they undergo coupling by the azo group that is present, and they form some of the dye over here. Okay, here the dye formed is the yellow dye, what we need to tell. Okay, so reaction is like, let us write benzene diazonium chloride. Okay, so this is how we're going to write N2 plus, okay, Cl minus, when it is treated with the aniline. Okay, so this is how we can write the aniline. Okay, one hydrogen group I am writing in a open structure. This hydrogen is present in the benzene ring itself. Okay, so what happens when this reaction is carried out? Okay, when this reaction is carried out, this azo, that is N2, will call as a azo, will act as a bridge. Okay, and the Cl will come out. Okay, so the compound formed here is N double bond N. Okay, and the Cl will come out. Okay, H will come out, and there is a coupling of this aniline with this diazonium chloride. This is what the compound we will going to get. Okay, so now the name of the compound, see, one more reaction is same. Instead of aniline, we're going to use a OH here. That is not disturbed at all. Okay, so here the compound obtained is para. Okay, compared to this position, para amino. Okay, para amino azo nitrogen. Okay, 2N2 azo benzene. Para amino azo benzene is the name. Para amino azo benzene. So you have here, that is option B. So this is called what? The coupling reaction. Okay, yes. So this is about 2019 and 2018. So in the next video, we will going to discuss about the 2017, 16 as well as 2015. Okay, so extra information also I have discussed. Please go through that one, understand each point, then it will be very useful, where you need not to concentrate on the at a given a short of time. No need to read the books. If you go through the such things, you can understand more concept. Okay, thank you.